Oh, okay, everybody. Hello. Hello. Hi, everyone. If you're here, welcome aboard the Retro Station 1989. And secondly, I'm trying to stream this game, and it's really messed up. But here I am on YouTube on the PS5, and it's doing just fine. So that's great. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm only doing this so that I can see my chat screen. Okay, there we go. Hi, everybody. There should be a video uploading right now that's going to be explaining everything to everyone about what's going on. The final draft. What is this? Hold on. Okay. I just want everything to look default. Defaulted. All right, everyone. So, welcome aboard the Retro Station 1989. I'm Commander Dan. I am your commander. If you are one of my space pirates, that is. And if you're not, you feel free to join up. Get yourself press ganged into the Retro Station Space Pirate community. But if I'm in a game right now, I'm going to put on my gamer glasses. Bang! Whoa, we are back. Okay, so there's a video going up right now. It's not about video games. You may or may not want to watch it. At the very beginning is a message regarding license to play, which is good news. It's all good news. It's really good news, as a matter of fact. And if you read books and have read the book, this book, House of Leaves, this is a copy I bought for somebody and have reborrowed it back from them so I can read it again. Yeah, if you read this book, this video is definitely for you. If you haven't read this book, this video is not for you really, but that's okay. I would say read the book, but be warned, it is not just a book, by the way. This whole thing represents a game in itself, and you'll never know what I'm talking about unless you read it, and it takes a while to read, about 10 days or so, if you read it diligently and you like reading. So, before you scream nerd at your screen, just know this is it's probably one of the best books I've ever read in terms of what it does. And it's a master class in that sort of thing. Okay. I played through this already. But I'm doing it again. Only this time I'm going to I'm going to delete the old videos and I'm going to basically capture all of this again because the sound quality on the last video wasn't great. My last headset's mic was destroyed, or it was this mic that I was using, my Yeti, but for whatever reason, the capture was just screwed for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what this final draft is, though. I don't want to do that. I think it's something extra I got for buying the deluxe edition of this game because I love the Remedyverse. I love it. There's no question. But I need to do something here. I'll be right back. I promise. I'm going to go off camera for just a second, but I'll be right back, I promise. Okay, we're back. Okay. So, if you've watched, well, I guess if you've played, rather, any of the Remedyverse games, this is the most recent Remedyverse game. It's Alan Wake 2. And, well, the fellow you're seeing there is Alan Wake. He is an author. The first game, Alan Wake, I've played that a few times, both on stream and off stream. I'm addicted to the game. I don't know why it grabbed a hold of my imagination so hard. Maybe because I'm an author as well. But it's about a man who had writer's block, and his wife bought him a ticket to a place called, well, you'll see. It's Bright Falls. And essentially, imagine Twin Peaks plus Half-Life plus Cthulhu plus a bunch of other things. And you'll get an idea of what the first game was kind of like. Kind of. It's a really Stephen King style story. But ultimately what the first story was about is that the author and his wife go to Bright Falls to cure his writer's block, and his wife is abducted by this thing well, I think it's the dark place itself, but it's this entity, this evil entity that kidnaps his wife and drags her to the bottom of Cauldron Lake. He battles through shadow people and a bunch of possessed townsfolk, all the while knowing that the dark power of the lake uses creative people to change reality. And ultimately it found Alan Wake, who's really powerful at doing that sort of thing. So, like the story of Scheherazade, instead of telling him 1001 tales to keep them occupied, the dark power is using Alan Wake to rewrite reality so the dark power can escape the lake. The lake was a prison created by Thomas Zane, a poet. And, well, there's more that comes up in this game about Thomas Zane. And then you find out some weird stuff about Thomas Zane. But anyway, there's another game that runs parallel to this game called Control. Now, I haven't played all the way through that one for you guys. I have played it on stream, but I haven't played it beginning to end to give you the narrative. So we're going to start at the end. We're going to kind of do a Star Wars thing here. My plan is to play through this during March and April. It shouldn't take that long. It's about a, I don't want to know. I'm going to play through it on normal mode this time, and we're going to play through it as it's meant to be played. And I'm going to try and do everything that we're supposed to do. I'm going to find all the little things we're supposed to find, and I'll explain things as I go along. If you're in chat while I'm playing, ask questions, please, and I can explain things if it doesn't make sense, because some of the things I might react in a way that seems kind of strange because I'm reacting to things in the game. But this game is part of 3 games. 4, if you don't want Microsoft to know, their Quantum Break game. There's a bit of Alan Wake in there too. In fact, there's a lot of Alan Wake in there at the very beginning. So for the Remedy faithful who love Alan Wake, and we're excited about this game, which took 15 years to make, that was part of it, but not really. Except. You'll see. I'll explain it too. It's in this game, but I'll explain it. Anyways, Control is about the Federal Bureau of Control, which is an agency that basically takes care of what they call not paranormal, but paranatural events. So things like this typewriter from the dark world would be something they would want to keep. So imagine like an organization that only investigates plots from Stephen King. Like, they would find Christine and take it into custody and put it, like the SCP kind of deal. It's basically SCP, the video game, only the heroine of the game, the protagonist, is Jean Grey. There you go. Hey, Stutter and Stick, what's up? It's one of my mods, Stutter and Stick. Hello. We're about to start. So, Alan Wake rescued his wife, but sacrificed himself into the dark world. And what he's been doing is trying to write himself a way out so that he can escape the dark world. His wife's been out. He hopes. He's not sure. He's been trapped basically in hell of his own creation since this happened many years ago. I hope it recaps a little bit at the beginning, but if it doesn't, and you have questions, like I say, shoot it in the chat or put it in a comment. But in the meantime, please like, subscribe, share with it with your friends if you'd like to play through a very fun, involved, spooky game. This is a spooky game, so we're going to do this in reverse order because I think that'll be most fun. So we're going to do Alan Wake 2, then Control, and then Alan Wake Remastered. All right, let's go. Alan Woke, baby.
Story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story.
Side note, this voice is Dr. Casper Darling from Control. So that's my favorite character from all of this stuff other than Alan. Well, my favorite character is elsewhere in this game, but it goes Dr. Casper Darling, well, Alan Wake, and the character you'll see later, Casper Darling, and then Jesse from Control. Oh, right. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. It's going to get graphic, and I don't want it to be too graphic for you guys. Okay, good. I turned off the nudity because there's meat in this game, bros and sisses. There's some serious meat, so we don't want to show that off.
This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Oh dear. You must forgive me. I'm very old now, and that type of joke makes me laugh a little. They slapped this. Oh, wow! Nice! Very cool, man. Whereabouts in Mexico? Are you fleeing the law? Have you robbed a bank and gone south? I approve, as you being a space pirate and all. Man, they put the them some filthy draws, man. I don't know what's grosser, seeing that guy's butt crack or seeing his filthy, dirty poop drawers. Oh, God. Nah. Maybe next time I won't go skinny dipping in the filthy fart lake that it's over here. So you start this. I mean, look at how hairy his shoulders are, bro. Oh, in the mountains of Chihuahua. Very nice, man. I bet. Oh, dude, I bet it's spectacular. You gotta share some pics or put some videos online of that stuff. Please. My God, I have lost a lot of weight. I've almost hit the bottom of the 300s, which is good. And this dude's belly is just, so middle. Look at the hair on his back. This game, the graphics are so good that I want to vomit now. Thank you, Alan Wake. Thank you. Oh God, donuts. I need coffee and donuts. Donut, please. Donut. I'm looking for donuts. Whoa. Shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, yaw, shimmy, yay. Yeah, man. It is the ketoasis. Dude, I am starting to love Indian food. It keeps me full because it's so fiery, death burning. And since I don't eat rice right now, like I'm eating rice occasionally on Saturdays and stuff, but it has to be like the main part of a meal that I'm going to eat. I'm not. Oh Jesus. Okay, well, let's check. Go do a dookie check real quick. Okay, he didn't load his loafers, so we're good. He didn't drop the loaf it. Oh, fuck me in the ass! Jesus fucking... Okay, I've played this before! So, when I replay this, when I cut it back together, I'm going to have to, of course... Look at this, I've got goosebumps. This is like somebody ran up behind me just now and kicked me in my balls. Okay, so watch out for spicy language, everybody. That was not my intention. I was going to try and keep it PG. How long did I last? Let me take a look at the old timer keeper here. I lasted 15 minutes before saying the F word. Sorry, spice drops. This It's killing me, man. I'm sorry. People will have to disconnect if they're younger than. Oh. Is it like cornmeal? I can sprint by toggling L3. You think this guy? Yeah, let's make Fat Man sprint. He's already in a nightmare. Oh God, I'm sweaty. The diabetes. Oh my God, please, just one sandwich. Eat it though. You're not gonna be. Of course not, man. Okay. Okay. No, Mama and the Papa. Okay, what was that? Hello. I passed through Verjon Tree. I was birthed into this world, a fat middle-aged baby. Speaking of baby, oh my God! If you haven't yet, check out Tenacious D's cover of "Baby One More Time." Apparently, they got to be on the soundtrack for Kung Fu Panda 4. That's weird. Huh? What'd you say? Hello? Dracula? Frankenstein? Mama? Mama, I'm coming home. Ah, a lean-to. I will hide here for the night, and no one will be the wiser. There we go. I'll just hide over here. Oh! Is that Santa? Who is that over there? Alright. I bet I can just fatly climb over the... Nope. Can I duck down? Nope. They expected me to run through here in the middle of stormy weather and... Ugh. Can you just... two things. Imagine the stank off of this old man running around in the woods. This hot, slappy balls just... Oh! Hello! Oh, is this a breakfast for me? Well, I'm gonna go over here. Haha! Nope. That was the king of the deer people. I'm gonna leave him alone. Goodbye, everybody! Meet me at the restaurant. They're shooting at me now? What the hell? I didn't do anything. No, we're good. Be quiet. Aha! I found a cat. Oh, Jesus! No! You stop it! What button stops it? Nothing. Oh, wow. That was just... The cult of the word. What does Old Man of the Sea got? Oh, he's the old man from the sea. Oh, no. Please, my fatness. No. Oh, and by the way, when you turn off the censorship, it is just floppy cock and balls everywhere. No, don't do it. No. Please, Mama. No. What the hell? You just... Oh, they have... Did they update this? Oh, no. Dude, a Goodwill warehouse? You know what else they sell at Goodwill? By the pound. Old school retro games. You should check that out. See if they got that too. Oh, that's awesome, Stick, man. Big ups to Stick. That big ups, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. You're not ready for this. No. Oh, wow.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
All right. I'm still here. I'm just going to drop my picture off the screen for a bit because you'll want to watch this stuff.
Oh my God, Mom, it's not your fault. People get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Well, then. I will. Bye, kiddo.
Dude, you know what? That's true. I have a really interesting story about that as well.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
So Sam Lake is the actor there in the car with her, I believe.
Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Casey is also the character that Alan Wake wrote for his novels. Sort of. It's a person that Alan Wake never met, but he wrote novels about Alex Casey novels, which basically is the dude, Max Payne, essentially, since they don't own Max Payne either.
So where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Whoa. Okay. I'm coming back. I promised.
Memorize it before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Yeah, probably. So,
I should take a look at that map.
all right. I'm doing it. Just wait. The map displays key locations in the area.
I think I hear someone.
Cool. So, here's the map of Cauldron Lake. Okay. I have played all the way through this game, so I know something about these dudes, but
Hey there, Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
oh, that's awesome too.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Get into that. Well, we
That's awesome, man.
organs that are
That interesting story I was going to tell is about my brother and our home church.
when they should be, but you know, inside.
We were talking about why I don't go to church much anymore,
Were there any witnesses?
and
Couple out of
I basically
town.
said, you know,
wonder
I
if they were
there's a fella there.
woods.
He passed away a while back, but I worked for him for a good long time. The guy was kind of a corrupt old dude. I hope he kind of came to
Sheriff Breaker took the
ask for
back
forgiveness for the
sidewalk.
kinds of ways he was, but it's not mine to judge who that guy is. So, I was seeing that, you know, everyone else there was really like it was a real judgmental place, and it seemed like no one there had the right attitude about being at church while I was there. I think it's changed since then. But then I said, you know what, Jeremy, you know, I could go there every weekend. I could hear our pastor say things every weekend. But I've read the Bible back to front maybe 100 times in my life. I do it once in a while just to recall why I chose to believe what I believe. And not once do I sit there in church and hear him say things like, before we start today and I speak to you about the things that are in this book, how many of you here have had breakfast? How many of you here are hungry? There's a seniors service before the service I used to go to. I was wondering how many, he runs both services. Has he ever just opened up with, who's hungry? Who needs food? You know what? And, you know, it's because of, I don't know if it's how we are here in this country, that poorness or the lack of having things is somehow, you know, seen as someone's fault, especially the elderly. Like, some people get their pensions robbed from them. Some people get stolen from, you know, and they're not expecting to be stolen from. So when a church doesn't feed its poor, and the people have to sit there pretending they're not poor just to fit in at a place where that you're meant to wash people's, like the Super Bowl ad didn't bother me because, yeah, you're supposed to do all of those things. Turn the other cheek. Love thy, not just love thy neighbor, love everyone like you love but better than you love yourself almost, but like you love yourself. So if you don't love yourself very much, I can see how seeing people wash other people's feet might piss you off for some reason. I don't know why, but that's my point. Our church is a service church, but it seemed like we were always reaching out. Like we were feeding folks in Africa. But the folks 3 blocks from our church, the elderly who are coming to our church, they might be hungry. In fact, statistically, they are. In fact, statistically, I know for a fact there are children at that church who are hungry while you're talking to them about the bread of life and the water of life. And they don't have electricity at their house this week because they had to choose between electricity and dinner. So the fact that we don't, there isn't enough poverty charity at church, and churches, if you walk into a church today, you walk into a church anywhere, especially south of the Mason-Dixon, and you sit there, it's going to be the prosperity gospel being told, which is a lie, and then it's going to be making you feel bad because you're poor because you didn't give enough to Jesus, and that somehow Jesus is going to magic money into your wallet, or it's like, it was frustrating, so that's why I don't go. But I told that to my brother. My brother was moved by that, and so my brother started their breakfasts. They had money enough for a new wing of the church, so what they did instead was they created an industrial kitchen, and now every Sunday there's a meal, and it's not asking people who are poor, it's just saying you come and have fellowship and eat a free meal. At least one meal a week is going to be provided by the church, and no judgment, nothing like that. And I know that's in the pastor's heart who created the church, but it seemed like the church had gotten away from that mission. The original mission had grown and become prosperous and powerful as far as influence in the neighborhood. And there was some division. And I remember when he said, look, if you're gonna think that a man is Christian, great, but if you're gonna worship any man who's out there and think highly of any man who claims to believe what you believe but has a golden toilet, you need to read the book again. You need to go back to the basics of the book and read it again, you know? And maybe it's just me being an old man, but my brother listened and my brother took care of it. I still don't attend. I just can't anymore. I can't hear hate and hear it be called the love. Oh, it's tough love. No, it's just hate. You're just hating. And by the way, the rules are simple. You don't judge. You don't look at anyone's sin and tell them what it is. They'll come to that on their own. And by the way, if you truly wanted to change behavior of anyone, you would show them love and understanding. You would mourn if you thought it was bad for them, but you would tell them that no matter what, they're welcome. And that church, for a while, wasn't that. I don't know, maybe I'll go back someday, but I don't know. Anyway, but what you're doing, by the way, Southern Steak, is awesome. I'm glad you are exactly the type of person I want hanging out with me here on the channel. So, let's go take a look at this murdered body, eh?
How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple.
Let's go take a look at this fat man's ass. Let's go check out the old dead punk ass. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Stick.
The store, the campground, all of it.
Ooh.
Come on here, wait. I'll show them around.
They got it.
Yeah, Mulligan, do your job, you big turd. Why is he yelling at you? Aren't you his boss? Sheriff's Department. So that sign, I think I can go back after Casey comes through.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Oh, cool. Let's go to the case board, my mind palace.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique.
Ooh.
To sift through clues and work the case. Building the
Okay.
Mind Place again for each case. using each field office as a model in my head.
So this is the...
Board.
Yep. We're going to walk around real quick. This place exists in her mind. This is just a representation of an image she sees in her mind when she thinks about the case. This is something that the character Sherlock Holmes would do. So let's take a look.
Everything we know about the previous murders.
Okay.
Worth taking another look.
All right. The case board is a mental technique that allows Sokka to analyze clues and progress the investigation. I can use R to move around. R2, L2. Okay. Okay. It's like differences in the murders. Bloating only commonality in bodies, but not cause of death, which was chest trauma. Exposure to water post-mortem. Let's see. Bruising on wrists and legs. Deep gash in the chest, heart missing. All bodies experienced bloating. I think the first guy was bloated when he got out of the water. Percy Wolf, sword and bruising, heart removed, strange tattoos. Wendy Davis, teacher, body bloated, large chest wound. Ted Lane, dentist, stab wounds, bloating, bruising on the wrists. All victims reported missing in 2010, no other commonalities. Yeah, so 13 years ago. Or 14 now. Okay. He's got a killer profile. Look at that chin. All right. Victim 3 is covered in illegible tattoos. A message from the killer, or their art. Apart from going missing in 2010, the victim had nothing apparent in common. Killer may be a sportsman or a hunter based upon the type of knife used. Okay.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it.
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
So, notice that this place is shut off by the FBC. That's the Federal Bureau of Control. I was so hyped to see that sign. I'm like, oh, they let you know right away that, yes, this is connected. It's all connected, which is good. Oh, wow. That is Cauldron Lake. That's where the evil dwells. That big-ass tree right there, that's the tree the fat man went through that had, like, the triangle-shaped hole in it. That's me being polite about saying that it was the Vajan-shaped hole in a tree. Being birthed from a tree is fascinatingly, it's in a lot of stories and legends. What the hell's up there? Oh, right, I know where I'm at. I'm probably near the witch's house, right? Oh. Aren't I? Aren't I near the witch's? Oh, that's rental cabins. Let's go ahead and take a look up there.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking
Wow.
of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
I'm too old for this. My life insurance
Check something out.
policy just renewed. And,
Got it.
I don't have a gun. Or a key. This place... Oh, man, it's been so long since I played this game. Like, I know it's crazy, but I played it last year, and I played it all the way through. Oh, man. And I was like, I'm not going to miss a single thing. And I missed some stuff, actually, the first time. His AI is so funny. Bright Falls' own virtual baking champ. Little Sally Upton's whole family erupted in cheers when she won the big match this weekend. Was she playing soccer, tennis? No, in this brave new world that we live in, her family was cheering as she won a match in a game that exists only on the information superhighway. The game in question was Mega Baking Star, which players complete to make the tastiest treats and sweetest eats for their virtual judges online. Bright Falls congratulates Sally on her big win. Missing Doberman found on the trail. A heartfelt reunion took place this weekend when Miss Amanda Smith was reunited with her beloved dog Coffee Bean. CB, as his owner refers to him, had been missing for 3 days And Mrs. Smith was afraid she would never see her best friend again. When I got the call, I couldn't believe my ears. I must have asked, am I dreaming? At least 7 or 8 times. Let's take a look here. Offer up, huh? What do we got? Ooh, nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. That is a nice CRT, man. Not bad. Not bad. And, you know, if you're playing TurboGrafx 16 or something from the old days, you're going to want a good TV like that. And Sony's are always great. Even if Coffee Bean is in kind of rough shape, the fur will grow back, sure, but I suppose that's all I should say about that. Okay. Chaos at Cauldron Lake. Rampage at the rental cabins. Unidentified man attacks vacationers in the dead of night. Sunday, an idyllic evening of barbecuing late night fishing was violently disrupted Saturday. The young man, known as Jason Voorhees, the incident left 3 people injured, one of which has been admitted to the county hospital. As to whether the attacker is still at large, Bright Falls police have yet to make an official statement, leaving local residents in a state of uncertainty. Witnesses to the crime were visibly shaken, one of whom stated, 1 minute, we were laughing and toasting some marshmallows. The next, we heard screaming coming up from the cabins. We didn't know what was going on, so we called the police and started running in the opposite direction, said Kurt Mill. Another eyewitness, who preferred to remain anonymous, said, it's like he appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly, my dog starts barking his head off, and this psycho guy comes crashing through the trees. Don't think I'll ever feel safe in the forest again. A representative from the rental cabins, who chose to remain anonymous, wanted to remind customers, if you have plans to stay in our lovely cabins later this summer, please get in touch with us, as we may need to rejigger some of the reservations based on the state of the cabin that you have rented with us. The representative went on to further to remind future and potential guests of the wonderful amenities that can be found in their company's brochures and on the website, which is real nice, state-of-the-art. My nephew made it, and he's a real computer whiz. Does a hike a day keep depression away? It might. It might be a bright, sunny July, but it's never too soon to start worrying about the gloomy months of autumn ahead. That's right. In the grand scheme of those dead, depressing days of life, those dead, depressing days are just around the corner. Have you been taking your vitamin D? Yes, take vitamin D. It will energize you. It'll make sure that you maintain your energy level, which has been key in losing weight, especially for a guy my age. I'm almost 50, so I got to be young at heart. But for all of you thinking there's got to be another way, there's good news. Hiking has been proven to be incredibly beneficial to your mental and emotional health, so get on out there and do it. Just don't forget a flashlight in case it gets dark. There's a whole part of Alan Wake, the first game, where you're attacked by the first guy who's possessed by the dark force, the evil force in the lake. One of the first possessed that you fight. It's like, Nordic hiking is good for your soul and will cure depression. It's the craziest crap. And so, yeah. Starting fires is prohibited. Please do not feed the wildlife or burn them, and leave no trace. Look, I'm not a 7th level ranger. I don't pass without trace yet. Little Baldur's Gate reference for everybody. I don't even know if pass without trace is still in the game.
Are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Oh, dang. Well, let me throw a little backflip on this. Ah! Nope, no backflips. Okay. Oh, there's the button to... Ooh, Mirror Peak. Let's take a look. The mighty mountain in the distance is no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. Yeah, super cool. I like how this path also is basically walking you through the events of Alan Wake. That Mirror Peak location, there's a radio tower up there that signals where Alan was supposed to meet a guy who claimed to have kidnapped his wife. The guy did not kidnap his wife. He was told to say that by the guy who runs this lodge across the lake from here, that wanted to kidnap Alan so that he would use his writing gifts near the lake to write him
Bad place to get murdered.
a life that was way better. So basically to make him famous. It was just the most shallow crap. But It's part of the story.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
What is that? An Easter egg? We'll find out in just a moment. Mortar falls. Now, at first I thought this was like mortar from like artillery, but it's not. It's actually mortar, like mortar and a pestle, like grinding. This powerful feat of nature will revive the spirit as it does the surrounding nature. The churning, grinding waters at the bottom of the falls resemble a mortar and pestle, quite like the one the witch Felden Lake is fabled to have used to travel through the night sky. I mean, Baba Yaga. Okay. Traditional. Oh, there's another. Oh, look at that. More Easter eggs. The iconography in this game. Oh,
Kids
what is it?
lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
So my dad used to say, when the going gets rough, the going gets tough, the tough get going. Not sure where the tough get going to, but maybe you'll find it inspiring. Manuscript fragments too. Oh. I need 12. So yeah, 2 was not enough, but now the table's activated, so that's good. All right. Back to our real investigation. Where am I at, by the way? Okay. Oh, nice. It does this Silent Hill thing where it, like, blocks off where you can't go. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Wait, did I go all the way up here yet? No, I don't think I did. Just to be sure. What is that? The hell kind of... Somebody's putting weird shit up in the woods, huh? You notice that, right? Like those weird... Okay. Okay. Back up we go. Do, 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 do. Jogging in the woods now. Boop, 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 boom, bum, 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 boom, bum, bum, bah, bah, I gotta jog now. I'm jogging in the woods now. Do, 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 do. Oh, hey, what is up?
Anderson.
I lost you, didn't I? Once you get lost, punk. Talking trash now.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
I'm gonna turn into Superman real quick. Nope. Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Okay.
So, FBI, huh?
The FBI.
Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob?
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Did anyone else hear that? I'm gonna pretend like I didn't. How about that?
Now, this is the scene of the crime. Found him on
Those are his giant balls, and there's his fat ass.
procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
Let's take a look here.
Step 1. Examine the corpse.
All right.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Well, where do I... Oh,
Another
gotcha.
body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message.
Okay.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Toes fat, dirty. Drawers filled with doo-doos.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about. Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
What the hell?
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't
So
seen
Nightingale
him since.
was hunting down
Until
Alan Wake in the first game.
Robert Nightingale?
He went crazy.
You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Wow.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
So they knew the guy and they knew where he was going to be.
To happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Find the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why? This mug always cheers me up.
Not the worst mom.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic. The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
Thank you, Deputy. Going down to the lake shore.
Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From a lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Well, he was fat. He didn't know it was cold out. He's a big boy.
Lots of
He's a
answers
Dixon.
to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the
Damn.
creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though. There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
Oh, wait.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. The killer left a message.
I think this was the killer, dude.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Oof.
Reading
the
words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Yeah. Yell at his ghost in the face.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message.
Remember
Was a
to
message.
eat your Ovaltine.
Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Okay. The message. Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Different message.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest.
A knife. A knife?
I must find out what.
Yep, it was a knife.
You made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Terrific. Okay. Anything else for this guy? No. What don't we know?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Do a field autopsy?
Casey,
Okay.
I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a
Deerfest? Awesome.
myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Deer Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. So,
Let's get the car, drive
Yeah.
to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
Booker's a good cop. All right. So, we're going to leave our story here, and we'll be back tomorrow, right around the same time, about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And we'll go through the next part of this first chapter, invitation. But I'm also giving an invitation to you. I'm going to be editing this week. Tomorrow, after I get off work at 3 p.m., I'm going to start editing the next episode, which is pseudo the second half of the Christmas episode. I know, it's practically April. I had to take some time off, guys. Had some internal family stuff that we took care of. But that second half, it's not really the second half. It's going to be the post-Christmas episode. But you'll like it. It's a shorter episode, but the one after that is a full-length episode, and it's back to the old stuff. The good old stuff. And then April's episode, I got a new game for that episode. I'm going to do a pickups video sometime this weekend. Just a quick one. And I also, like I said, I put up another video, but only if you like reading books. Well, you like that particular video. But the point being, License to Play, I'll be finishing up all the live shooting I have to do tomorrow. That's all the stuff I have to shoot for me. And then I'll edit it, and it should be out by Thursday or Friday. The follow-up one will probably be Monday, because I'm doing all shooting and editing. Well, just editing over the weekend for that one. So, yeah, so you should see Thursday or Friday should be the next episode of License to Play. If not, it'll be Saturday, and then Monday the following will be the episode after that. I'm about to head to bed. I got to work in the morning like I always do. But thanks so much for swinging by. I do appreciate it. If you liked what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see what happens more and what happens next, give me a subscribe. And if you click the bell and make sure the little bell looks like it's jingling, jingling, and you set your notifications, it'll let you know when I'm on. But I should be on schedule pretty much throughout the week. My Twitch streams will be recurring again after this week. It'll be more like straight up action stuff. And it'll be day dependent on whether or not I'm working on new License to Play, new artwork, or whatever I'm doing that's in addition. Also, my art kind of took a huge my professional illustration stuff took a huge chunk of my time in the past couple months, but I'm back to normal now, so that's good. Speaking of which, I got my pro badge for C2E2. So if you're in Chicago in April on the 28th, check me out that weekend, and I'll be there hanging out, having fun. This is my birthday weekend. So thanks again for swinging by, and we'll see you again. But remember, more than I said during this broadcast, in the future or in the past or any other broadcast, remember to always, always, always stay retro. Peace, everybody. See you soon.